Ashley, this is for you. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you. Hey crew, welcome back to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local light worker. I'm a tarot reader and an astrologer, and I'm very happy to have you here with me. Thank you so much for your viewership. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to hang around with me on my channel. I'm really happy that you guys are enjoying my readings, and I look forward to creating more for you as I'm replenishing my energy during this Mercury retrograde. Even though this reading is timeless and applies to you the moment you stumble upon it, I am filming this with the current energies that are right on the threshold between September and October 2021, with the Sun, Mars, and Mercury retrograde in the beautiful balance sign of Libra. And since we are in such beautiful love energy, such beautiful relationship energy, I just thought I'd honor a subscriber's request that was given to me a while ago. Sorry, Ashley, but I just felt right now in the mood to create it, and I think it's divine timing. So this reading is going to be on the topic of your crush's first impression of you. So this applies to the person on your mind that you're not at all in a serious commitment. I do know that the majority of my viewers following a poll on my community tab are single, so I'm trying to create PickACard readings that fit with your current single status. So you might be thinking of a person, you might have recently met them, there might have been an eye contact, a mysterious encounter, and you are wanting to find out what is in that person's mind and heart regarding you. Was there an initial attraction? Was there maybe a repulsion? Is this person silently judging you? We're gonna get to the bottom of this in this reading today. So I have here for you 3 options. For group 1, I have here the Star Spinner Tarot or the Botswana Agate. For group 2, I have here the White Newman Tarot or the Rose Opal Heart. And for group 3, I have here the Tarot of the Divine or the Blue Lace Agate, one of my favorite stones. Okay guys, so take a moment now to understand, to feel your way through which of these tarot decks or stones pulls you in the most. It can even be the number. Maybe you're drawn to number 1, 2, or 3. Maybe you're drawn to more than one. Maybe you have more than one person that you're crushing on or that you feel is crushing on you. Okay, guys? I do know your intuition has been growing ever since I started this channel. I'm receiving such lovely comments from you, such beautiful support. Thank you. God bless you, my wonderful viewers. So if you've made your choice, I'm not going to hold you too long. I do want to say that I'm going to also pull some cards from these oracle decks over here. I have my archetype oracle, I have my l'oracle de fleurs nocturne, and I also have here the botanical inspirations oracle to pull some additional cards to amplify the messages that I'm receiving from these tarot decks, but this will be primarily a tarot based reading. If you want to get in touch with me for personal readings, I am closed until the 23rd of October. I'm waiting for the sun to move into Scorpio so that I can really tap into the reservoir of my intuition and be able to provide you with accurate, beautiful, and inspiring readings. Up until then, if you want to have something to read, I recommend to you my twin flame novel, The Storyteller. You can purchase it as an ebook or as a paperback. You can listen to some of the meditations and the podcast that I create for you on my other channel, Spiritual Soulscapes. You can follow me on Instagram for astrological updates, a glimpse into my personal life, or you can also donate a deck to this channel so you can offer us a gift. And when I say us, I mean myself and the collective, because whatever I receive as a generous donation from you, I am using in these free readings here on YouTube to provide clarity to the collective and give some love back. Also, you can win a free general tarot reading with me if you gift this channel a special little something, okay? So with all the love in my heart that I'm able to expand to you in this period and on the internet, although Saturn in Aquarius keeps blocking our conversations, guys, but don't worry, with perseverance we can break through it. Jupiter in Aqua. Then I look forward to seeing you at your pile. Hey group one, hey my loves, welcome. I'm super happy to have you here. I'm blasting you with light wherever in the world you may find yourself at the moment. I do hope you're taking great care of yourself. This is a pick a card reading on the topic of your crush's first impression of you. And this is for those of you that were drawn to the healing Botswana Agate or to this Star Spinner Tarot. I'm gonna live shuffle cards from it, but I also have 3 oracle cards that popped up for you just to give me some additional insight as to what is this person, what was it in their mind space, you know, when they laid eyes on you. What were they feeling? Okay, great, good, thank you. So we have here the Knight of Coins. They thought you were a treasure. We have here the Six of Chalices. You reminded them of, oh, sorry, no, it's not the 6, it's the 4. I saw it mirrored. Maybe 4 and 6 are significant dates. You could have met this person on the 4th of the month, the 6th of the month, the 4th month of the year, which would be April, or the 6th month of the year, which would be June. There was some initial confusion. I think that this card, I was just about to say that you reminded this person of somebody from their past, somebody familiar. So there might have been some initial projections onto you. They might have thought, oh, you look a lot like a person I used to know. And I'm reminded of that Gotia song, somebody that I used to know. So we have here the Knight of Wands. They thought that you were in a connection with someone else for some of you, and for others of you, they thought that you come across very adventurous, like you were always wanting to be on the move. Maybe you walked a lot with this person when you met them, or there was some sort of, maybe you met this person at the gym, or there was some sort of action-based interaction that you guys had, something regarding money and something regarding action. So it could have been even that you met this person in a financial institution as you were coming from the gym. Maybe you're running your errands. It could be a combination of the two with these 2 cards present here. We also have here, yeah, the 5 of Swords. I reflected on this card. Sorry, it's the 5 of Cups. Mercury retrograde in Libra, what are you doing to me? Let me just bring it back. Okay, focused and grounding. Okay. Yeah, so take this message with a grain of salt, but I will persevere because I promised you a reading and I'm giving you a reading, guys. So we have here the 5 of Cups. Although the fact that I said the 5 of Swords kind of makes me feel that you might have had a difficult exchange of words with them. Maybe they wanted to say something, but because it was coming from a place of low self-esteem, inferiority, it came across as in a very weird, impolite, rushed way. And I have the feeling that you retreated. It's like, what? What do you mean? Why would you say something like that? I am getting a sense that this person, the crush on your mind, is recovering from a past heartbreak or has just emerged from a long-term connection where there was a lot of strife with their ex-partner. Either that or they're having increasing stress at home with their family members or some arguments with their coworkers. It could even be a combination of all those elements, which could put a lot of pressure on a person. So I have the feeling that this individual liked you. They really liked you, but they were projecting a lot onto you. So your crush, when they met you, they thought, wow, and then all of a sudden the past overwhelmed them, all of the strife, all of the loss, all of the sense of I don't think I want to jump for this. I would rather stay and pay attention to my other options that I'm not so attracted to. And then it's also a feeling of wanting to come towards you. So they are going through a deep internal conflict, and they were at the moment when you met them. I do think that this conflict continues, not only because I feel the need to say that, which is again another indication from Spirit that this could be what is happening. But I also am getting a sense with the 9 of Swords here, this person is allowing their fears to overwhelm them. And it's fascinating because what I wanted to say earlier is that these 2 cards really pulled me in last night when I was doing my nightly tarot meditation, and I share these cards and reflections on these cards with you guys on Instagram. Feel free to follow me there at ms_bontemps. Because they came to me in the hour of midnight, and these two cards, they can be quite scary when they appear in a reading. You know, the Five of Cups and the Nine of Swords, deep sadness, depression, anxiety, nightmares, allowing this devil to just stampede all over your soul, right? And allowing the sea of ghosts to emerge from the past and overwhelm you, shadow your mind, cloud your judgment in the present. And I do think that this person, it could be recovering from an addiction. They might have been depressed. This is something that they don't easily talk to other people about. But I think that they're on the mend, because both of these cards are flanked by a very practical Knight in Pentacles and a very passionate and determined Knight of Wands. So the person on your mind could have a combination of these in their chart. They could be in Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, or we have here Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And it's the same aged individual that I see here. But this person, like, they project a completely different image. On the outside, they could be placid and calm. And on the inside, a really dark world. A dark world where they're struggling to reconcile their demonic side with their more angelic, higher-minded side. Okay, let's see the other two cards that we have here. Fortitude. This person was going through such an internal conflict that it was making them feel vulnerable, almost like their skin was porous, like people could come through their skin, you know, and invade them, which is usually happening in situations when we are incredibly stressed in life. And it's a sign of a sort of disintegrating mental health. But they were so drawn to your health, to your strength, to your capacity to, it's like, I feel like you are radiant. Maybe they kind of met you in a moment when you were glowing. And especially if you guys had just finished a workout at the gym, or you're coming, you know, to the bank to exchange some money or draw some money out after you finished your run or something like that. They were so drawn to how well you're taking good care of yourself. Leo energy. Fortitude. I do think that if you want to make this connection, if you want to move it from the stage of it being a crush to the level of a relationship, the relationship will mostly have to rely on your strength. Up until this person fully fulfills their potential and becomes the King of Pentacles or the King of Wands for some of you out there. I feel that, you know, there are many different strands, because I'm reading for a large collective. Some of you are into a fire sign, and the other of you are into an earth sign, and they're just about to cross the threshold. But it's almost like spirit is testing them. They're giving them some intense doubts and intense worries and fears and nostalgia about the past, and a sense of dissatisfaction in what they have in their life, right? The Four of Cups. So that they can rise above them. And lo and behold, at the perfect divine timing, they met you. And you're rising above it. And they love it. You might not be rising above all of the problems in your life, but I think that in terms of self-care, in terms of keeping healthy, you know, surviving through this whole worldwide pandemic, you're doing well. You're doing well, you're thriving, you're prospering, and you're just about to enter into more prosperity. And I do think that this person is irrevocably drawn towards you. It's like, how could you not be drawn towards such beautiful energy, right? Towards such poise, such balance. A lot of you are also becoming enlightened, because I'm drawn to how she's holding this lotus card. Maybe some of you are pulling cards while you're watching this. You're trying to interact with me in that way, and somebody just pulled the lotus card. Kuan Yin, compassion. Sneaky, okay? See, so tapping into the world beyond the veil can lead us in so many directions, and I am loving this journey, guys. Okay, so Leo card, strength, fortitude, energy, resilience. You are the locomotive that is pulling this train. If you want to make it into a relationship, I do need to tell you, you might not enjoy hearing it, because you're thinking, Lexi, I've been putting so much work, I just want a smooth ride. It will be a smooth ride. And that's why the universe is saying, you take the lead. if this other person takes the lead with what is going on inside of them, guess which realm are you guys gonna end up in? Hell. Literally the realm of hell in Yggdrasil, the tree of life, right? So it was governed by a creature that was incredibly wounded and discarded by her family, Hel, the goddess of icy landscapes, one of the 7 worlds that existed on the tree of life. And that's where the English word hell comes from, to describe the underworld, fire and brimstone, as it was described in the Christian Bible. But closing that parenthesis off, some of you could actually be studying divinity studies, you're very interested in this at the moment. And for those of you that are Pluto and Sagittarius, I just spoke to you because faith-based problems, you're basically incarnated in this reality to solve them and to work through them in this lifetime. But let's come back to this reading. So we have here the Page of Wands. So I do feel that this person is a little bit kind of going backwards. I think that psychologically this would be called regression. When they are going through an extreme period of stress, sometimes the way that we can find creative solutions to deal with a lot of stress in the present is if we take a trip to the past, is if we go back to a womb-like environment. We find comfort in our homes. We don't want to leave the home, We mostly spend our time in bed, whatever free time we have left, we spend it in bed, nurturing ourselves with foods that our mother or our father used to make us in our childhood. This person is kind of going a little bit backwards after they met you, because they are trying to deal with the extreme stress in their life, and that's why they need solitude. They need comforting things from their childhood to heal them, to help them cope with the stress in the present. But regression is actually a very natural, healthy coping mechanism, as long as you don't get stuck there. So it's okay if it's temporary. We need to let our mind do its thing, not try to control too much this process, because it runs the risk of going into the other direction and leading to a sort of breakdown, a mental breakdown. Too much stress, the person cracks. So I feel that this is what this individual is doing at the moment, but then they need to find that strength to emerge out of this period. And I think this is where you come into place. So this is a really deep and heavy reading for just a crush. But it is reflective of the whole general collective and individual healing that we're doing at the moment in the transition from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. Because we are in the age of Aquarius, don't listen to what other tarot readers and oracle readers out there that have no knowledge of this aspect are saying. Some of them are completely confusing the facts, saying that we're moving into the age of Capricorn. No, I think, to be very fair and square with you guys, we are in the age of Pluto in Capricorn, and we're moving into the age of Pluto in Aquarius. So let's use astrology because it's more precise, rather than the whole age of Aquarius, 1970s kind of labeling. We evolve from there, I hope. Anyway, closing that parenthesis. Why am I opening so many parentheses? Maybe you guys are thirsty for knowledge. Yeah, you're very curious, guys. I love my crew. Okay, so let's see further, deeper insight into what this person thought when they first saw you. So they thought you were very honest. We have here the Truth, and we have Bittersweet Nightshade and Morning Cloak. So these are your butterfly and your plant. So they thought you spoke very honestly. You could have even been a bit brazen, like hitting the nail on the head, like telling them straight off the bat. Maybe you picked up on the fact that, hey, you don't look so good. Are you depressed or something? It's like boom, entering into this person's soul without any warning. Yeah. I also feel here force. Yeah. They thought you were quite forceful, quite determined. No, I'm not going to say that word because I feel that we should put that word to rest. It was the word intimidating. But I mean, that person must be living with a lot of timidity in order to be intimidated by someone else, okay? Basically, being intimidated by somebody else means that you feel vulnerable and you feel like the other person's power is overwhelming you. But it might have been a certain feeling of that you came across too strong. You know, that your energy was so healthy, it was so balanced, it was so direct. You were not hiding anything, you were not dealing with any internal conflicts, you were just there, potentially after a workout, as I said, for some of you this might resonate, potentially just wanting to fulfill a daily, everyday task, getting some money out, visiting the bank, doing your groceries, something in your local environment, as we saw with these two cards. And this was enough to overwhelm this person. You are dealing with an individual that is struggling with their mental health. I do need to say this. So it's up to you what you decide to do, whether you want to help, because you can. And I do see that your strength can push this connection forward. Or if you decide, no, this is not for me, I cannot have this on my hands at the moment, okay? So each of us are at different levels of our growth, of our capacity to forgive, to be compassionate, or to just set better boundaries in our life. So you figure out in which of these two groups you fall into. But I see here very clearly that, as I said, you are the strong light in this connection to begin with. Come back later for another mid-relationship reading so I can give you some more insight. Okay, final card. The Orphan. I think you guys met because some of the things that this person is dealing with at the moment, you dealt with in the past. I feel like you guys completed your dark night of the soul. You went through a period when you felt orphaned, metaphorically, symbolically speaking. You don't have to be an orphan, although some of you might be. You might have been adopted, or you lived, you know, you brought yourself up, basically. But this person thought that you were quite alone. They saw some loneliness inside of you, in spite of your force, in spite of your strength and determination. But that's the thing, right? You grow to become a person of such great strength and determination by overcoming a lot of difficulties in your life. The strongest, most spiritual, most modest people in this world are people that have had to overcome crushing situations in life. And I do think that, you know, there are a lot of tarot readers and oracles and astrologers out there who say that they can provide these services, but my loves, this path, you don't choose it, it chooses you. It puts you into these really hardcore situations in life when you have to make decisions that are crushing your soul. And that's how you grow through this journey, and that's how you can heal other people. That's how you can inspire them, because your light shone so brightly in the deepest of darknesses, you know. So without running other people under the bus here, I do understand that there are many different ways of being creative out there, but please, you know, practice your discernment when you actually choose a reader. Choose somebody that has been through a couple of things. And usually a spiritual journey always begins with a loss. You're losing something that you craved so badly, someone, something that you've worked so hard for, and then it gets taken away from you. And that's what plunges you into the dark night of the soul. And if you overcome it, that's your journey. That's the beginning of it. So this person was lonely, and they saw that you also were lonely at a certain point in your time. I cannot say how they got this knowledge. Maybe they are a little bit intuitive and psychic. Maybe that's why this person is struggling with their mental health, because they are quite sensitive. Yeah. Air energy, water sign energy as well. So I do see most of the signs represented here. I do think that maybe this reading will be seen by a lot of people, and you have different elements on your mind. You know, some of you are thinking of an Aquarius crush, and others of you are thinking of a Scorpio crush, others of a Taurus crush, and others of a Leo crush. You know, it's a connection of elements here. But this person liked you, and they saw like a kindred spirit within you. It's almost like it was a karmic moment when you guys had to meet to help this person understand that they too can overcome the situation, either with you by engaging with your strength if you choose to get into this connection further, or on their own. They saw as a role model, look, you can do this. Look at this person here. We place it in front of you so you know what to do next. Wow, that was the reading that I had for you. Let me know down in the comments if it resonated. I really hope this helped. Also, I do need to say ravens and crabs are really important, okay? final thing, I'm gonna end it here. I do need to prepare the other two, and I'm mindful of the time. I'm sending you so much love. Take care, my darlings. Mwah. Hey group 2, hello my loves. I'm so happy to have you here for another PickACard reading. This is gonna be on the topic of your crush's first impression of you. This is for those of you that were drawn to the rose opal heart and to the white Newman tarot. I'm gonna live shuffle some cards from this tarot deck to try to really get into it and understand what was on this person's mind, what was in their heart, what were they going through when they met you, what was the first impression. I also have some oracle cards, 3 oracle cards that came out for you. Wow, all of the cards dropped in with the sonorous kind of effect. Okay, yeah, so we have the Queen of Wands. Let's unblock it. They thought you had potential to be an incredibly sexy person, but you were hiding this. Either you were wearing baggy clothes, or you were just, maybe your hair was a little bit unwashed. There was something about you that if you took very good care of your physical self, you would have looked like, wow, bombshell, you know, super handsome stud, you know. But I think that they met you in a day when either you were stressed, you were running around, there was just something about you that kind of showed a little bit, I'm sorry to say this, poor hygiene. That's what it comes down to. Queen of Wands in the reverse. I've just unblocked it for you so that hopefully this person is going to change their mind and think of you as a yummy treat. Let's see. Judgment. They judged you. It's as simple as that. They judged you. They judged you based on your physical appearance. It was also a little bit like you met them. Maybe you bumped into them, or somebody quickly told you to come here and meet this person because you have to finish something. It's like, you know, judgment represents a wake-up call, coming back from the dead, Pluto energy. So you see how her third eye is activated. Ajna. There is something here about this person kind of saw through you or saw through your soul. So as I said, it's like one part of you was incredibly attracted to you, but it wasn't because necessarily how you looked. They saw that you have potential to look amazingly hot, but you were in a day when maybe you were low on hygiene, you know, or you were stressed out, or you were running around, you know. Maybe you're this kind of person that looks gorgeous with their hair loose and pampered, and it was one of those days when your hair was a bit greasy and you tied it up in a bun, or, you know, you forgot to wash it that morning and you were just running around trying to, I don't know, deal with taxes or public administration. Or there was just, you're trying to put out fires left and right? That's the Queen of Wands energy. So judgment, they judged you a little bit, I have to say this. They were apprehensive. Who am I dealing with here, you know? But there was something promising about you, something that was showing with the right transformation, this person can be amazing. 10 of Swords. They felt like they couldn't trust you. They felt that they were overthinking the whole situation. It's like they didn't even give you a chance. Maybe you thought that they're super attractive, wow, so cool, and you kind of tried to, sorry about this, I don't know why I made those noises, I sound like somebody in Clueless. But yeah, I feel that you came across, or you, there was a sense of innocence to you. I'm trying to put this into words as clearly as I can during a Mercury retrograde. But yeah, there's a feeling almost as if you came at the situation. It's like, hey, hi, you know? And they were like, okay, what am I dealing with here, you know? Is this person who this person says that they are? Why is this person so optimistic, so innocent? There was a sense of purity about you. Definitely, I do get the feeling with the 10 of Swords and the Judgment card, Pluto meets the final completionist card in the Swords Arcana. There is something here about it's like they didn't want to harm you, which is bizarre. Why would they want to harm you? Some strange energies happening here. Knight of Wands, because this person is a player. I'm so sorry to say this, but it's it's so strange. The energy, it's like there's mystery and there's attraction, and then all of a sudden, boom, the clear answer comes through. Neptune-Pluto interactions. You could be a Pisces, or your person is a Pisces, and you're attracted to a person that is Pluto dominant or has some Scorpio energy about them. So Pluto dominant means they have Pluto in the ascendant, Pluto in the first house, Pluto in the seventh house, Moon conjunct Pluto, Sun conjunct Pluto. They can be even a Pluto in Libra, Pluto in Sagittarius. It doesn't matter the sign that much in this reading today. It might matter in your synastry charts, but yeah, this person thinks that they're all that in a bag of chips, and they thought that you were something lesser than, because I have the feeling that this person is a little bit of a modelizer if they're a man, you know, or a woman that just thinks that men should look like, I don't know, David Gandhi, you know, like something like David, was it David or Richard? I don't know, like models, you know, like both these energies, both men and women, if you're the person you're interested in is either a man or a woman, they both have this modelizing quality. I'm trying to put it into words as accurately as I can at the moment. This person could also live in a part of the world, maybe in Dubai, in the desert, someplace, or you could be the one living there at the moment. And I'm getting a sense that the people around them, there is a culture of you need to look very good and follow social regulations, and that's it. And we don't care about your emotions, your soul, your spiritual development, you know. I'm also hearing this person could also come or live in LA or Arizona. There is something here about the desert. It can even be the Atacama Desert, the Gobi Desert. 10 of Wands. Yeah, drop the burden. Drop this person. I don't mean to say that. We have here 9 of Pentacles. This is the card to choose yourself. You are worth it. I have the feeling that maybe you were very attracted to this person, and I'm really stimulating my crown chakra at the moment because it's a difficult message that I'm trying to download and put into words at the moment for you. But yeah, you're worth more than this, my love. You're worth more than this assholery going on here, okay? I mean, to a certain extent, this person wanted you to be better than them so that they can worship and respect you. But how about accepting an individual for what they are, you know? Although, I can tell you from my past experiences of dating, that's easier said than done. Yeah, so yeah, we all have our limitations. I don't want to judge this individual, but I do feel that in this connection, the crush, the person on your mind, doesn't have the best intentions and is playing the field, keeping their options open, and really judged you. And I'm getting a sense here with this swords energy that they're a little bit... They like to have relationships in their mind more than... and in conversation with other people more than genuinely being close to other people. We have here 2 tens, so this shows completion, almost like an ending. This could have been a situation that different from pile 1. Pile 1 had a karmic situation as well, but this can be a situation where it's like you need to reject this person so that you can demonstrate self-love. It's like you're on a journey of self-love. You might have met somebody. I feel that for some of you, you could have met this person online. This person is very focused on the superficial aspects. They judged you, and now you need to take your power back and say, nah, you're not gonna treat me like that? How dare you? Bye. Block, you know? I don't normally recommend this kind of behavior, but at the moment, keep in mind that Saturn conjunct Jupiter in Aquarius, it's a lot about the boundaries that we create with the collective that we entertain. You will become this Queen of Wands. You are this Queen of Wands, but this person like quickly, very quickly judged you, or judged you based on a certain mood, a certain day, a certain action. They might not have caught you at your best, but you don't have to be at your best every day. So I'm tempted to say this person is going to waste your time. You know, if you entertain this connection, I do feel that this crush isn't leading to something more meaty, more significant, more loving. This is more about a lesson in standing up for yourself, self-worth, going like, you see how she's showing the hands, right? And crows as well, ravens, they signify purifying something, eating the meat out of dead bodies, you know, cleansing, letting go. So cleansing yourself, cleansing your space. I feel like your intuition was already telling you what is going on with this person. You see here, right? The third eye, super strongly activated. You felt that this person was a little bit kind of, do you know how I feel? It's like this person is was talking to you in a sandwich. So compliment, criticism, compliment, criticism, compliment, criticism, layering a cake. And I think that you can be quite impulsive with their words and their thoughts as well. This person is unhealed. They're unhealed and they're very guarded. Let's see what the oracle cards have to say. The oracle cards tend to be more positive, more soothing. And I do want to bless you with light, my loves, okay? You did choose this beautiful rose opal heart. I strongly suggest that you wear rose opal in this period, or heart-shaped crystals, to help you keep your mind open and your heart open, even though you might encounter these tough lessons in love, okay? It's not the end of the world. You don't have to block your heart and go like, why is this happening to me? Oh no, I'm gonna isolate myself from the world. I'm deleting my online dating profile, or I'm never talking to members of the sex that I'm interested in from now on because of this judgment. No, that's giving power to the other person, you know? No, you take your power back and you go like, thank you, next. Yeah, Ariana Grande style. You do you. She ended up married, right? So you could too, if that is your goal in love. So let's see. The vow. You see here the holy dove, right? This darkness, this temporary state of darkness in an otherwise super confident, full of light situation. I feel like this is your aura, but it was a little bit smudged by your interaction with this person. And I think that it was a lesson. It's part of the karma that is unfolding at the moment in your life. You could have a Saturn conjunct your sun, Saturn conjunct Venus, Saturn conjunct your moon at the moment. Yeah, which would mean that you have Aquarius somewhere in your chart. You might be having your Saturn return, which means that lessons, karmic lessons, are unfolding at a rapid pace to usher your growth, to help propel you forwards, because now is the time. We need tangible results. Yeah? So it's all happening for you, not to you. And the vow does talk about this contractual agreement, right? You see how this hand is holding the other hand, almost like blocking it. But it's just a temporary setback. Temporary is the key word here. We also have here joy. So I think ultimately, even if you push this person away, there will be a sense of relief. You're not going to feel karmically tied down. And I do feel that this person could eventually, if you push them away, they might come back and hit you up. And you're going to be like, ah, now you're coming. Now you're coming, you know, after I did all this good inner work. There is a little bit of a sense of, you know, like revenge is a life well lived kind of energy, you know, which is the best way to actually approach a situation where you felt like you were judged right off the cuff of this interaction, and very unfairly, because the Ten of Swords talks about an injustice that was done to you, you know, behind your back. Behind your back, this person could have gossiped about you or told their friends, look at this. You know, look at this burrito or something. I'm really sorry, but I don't know. Maybe they said something mean, you know, maybe they didn't like the shape of your nose, or, you know, your hair or something, but it's not a defining characteristic of who you are. It's just that maybe when you interacted with this person, it took you by surprise, and it was in a day when you're like feeling really relaxed and okay. And that's when it hurts the most. That's when it hits the most, when you just receive these random judgments and criticisms. But keep in mind, it's almost like this was a dark sentinel from the past coming to disturb your light temporarily. Hold strong. Nine of Pentacles, earth energy. You are solid. You are worth it. You are gorgeous. And you are physically very stable, very robust. Yeah? Don't allow this situation, which is temporary, to interfere with your joy, with your light, with your capacity to love, because we have here pink, right? Romance energy. Don't close your heart. Don't close your heart. It's a test. Keep it open. Keep it open. Keep it loving. Cry if you need to. You know, if this person generally said something mean to you, cry it out. There's no shame in that. Keep your heart open. Yeah, keep your heart open because it's coming. When I said that, communication. This person thought that you were very chatty, very communicative. Maybe this is what they didn't like about you, the fact that you were intelligent. What is up with this individual? Ugh, I just want to remove them away from you. Yeah, I do think that, you know, you wanted to talk and get to know this person, and they wanted to quickly swoop in and, you know, love you up, for lack of a better word, and then ciao, bye, you know, no receipt, no agenda, no nothing. And I do think that in the situation, you know, this talk to the hand approach is better for the time being, just for the time being. You know, there's never, you know, a fixed outcome to these situations. You can always go back on a situation. You can always talk things through, bring more joy into this, take a more lighthearted approach. You know me, I don't counsel you to actually be rude or, you know, to cut things off, but sometimes these things happen. Sometimes we do need to push people away. Spirit is testing us, especially if you have Saturn conjunct your Venus natally. You have a lifelong history of having to push people away, or Saturn in the 7th house, to understand what you feel, to understand the lesson, the wise lesson in the situation, you know, to know what to do better next time, because you learn the most from your mistakes. So you're going to do a lot of mistakes in love. So give yourself time. If you have Venus conjunct Saturn by transit or natally, or Saturn in the 7th or 8th house by transit or natally, you're going to be tested in love. You're going to go through periods where you need to experience shame in order to correct course and figure out, how can I change the situation? What can I do better in that moment? And you're also going to have to deal with a lot of karmic partners that have a lot of debt with you. So you're going to have to clear that up. Okay, it's a lot of, like, you know, rolling your sleeves kind of situation. And it's like, let's get to work in this connection. That's how the Saturnian energy in the realm of relationships, or conjunct Venus, the goddess of love, is active. And I do think I needed to say this for a group of you out there. This is going to resonate very strongly, and I do hope I have a little bit empowered you in this period, because I know how tough it is. I'm having it at the moment, Saturn conjunct my Venus, and it's the daily effort to come up to the surface and tell yourself, I am worth it, I am beautiful, no situation is going to drag me down or close my heart unless I will it. Yeah, willpower. Okay, so on this really powerful note, you know, I never intended to create a PickACard reading that is so powerful, especially with the topic at hand. I thought it's going to be very light and fluffy and cute, but I feel that there are some really powerful messages being, you know, transmitted to you today. I wanted to say transform and transmitted at the same time, because I do think a lot of you are in the process of transformation. So wonderful. I'm sending you so much love. Take care, okay, my loves? And take it one step at a time, one day at a time. Bye. Hey, group 3. Hey, my darlings. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Thank you for your viewership. Thank you for your time and attention. This is a PickACard reading that was requested by one of you, my lovely crew members. And this is on the topic of your crush's first impression of you. Now, I do need to say, today, the messages that I'm channeling through, that I'm reading from the cards, are very powerful. It seems that the people that you guys are crushing on are dealing with some really interesting things. Let's see what's happening with your group. This is for those of you that were drawn to the blue lace agate, my favorite stone, which kind of makes me feel that the messages in this reading are for me as well. So let's see how those come about. We also have here the Tarot of the Divine for you, and I also have some oracle cards for you that could give me a little bit more insight. For some reason, I haven't pre-shuffled your oracle cards. I'm going to live shuffle your oracle cards as well. So let's see. Let's go with the flow of these changes. Maybe it's important. Maybe you're going through a transformation at the moment and you really need to surrender. Surrender to the flow, no matter how scary it is. Especially in love. We need to have faith, guys. Lots of faith. Yeah, I'm seeing a beetle. I'm seeing a green beetle on my window. Interesting. So we're being visited. Okay. Good. So let's see, the cards that you got, so much blocked energy. So either there was an initial contact between you and your crush, and then boom, somebody blocked someone else, or it's like, I do not want to deal with this. You're too much, you're coming on too strong, or one of you wanted something, communicated to the other one, and the other one was like, no, but I want something different, and there was an argument. A lot of blocked cards. Yeah, and a lot of difficult cards, guys. What's happening? And I've been saging and cleansing the space here today, and still these heavy messages. Let's work through them, okay? We're not going to take this lying down. So we have here the 10 of coins, sorry, the 2 of coins, 10 of coins. So, wait, first insight. It's never a mistake. It's always part of the flow. So the 2 of coins, juggling too many things at the same time, not being able to put your attention on this connection. This is what your person's energy was when they first saw you. They wanted you, but they also had their attention focused on something else. You kind of reminded them of a mother figure. It's like somebody very nurturing, somebody very willing to compromise with them, you know, willing to flow with them, accepting of them. You weren't critical at all. You weren't judgmental or harsh. You were very soft and very healing to this person, you know, very like, I just want to hold you or make you feel safe. That's kind of the energy. But this person was juggling things. And I do think that in this connection, why did I say the 10 of Pentacles? I've been making these tiny mistakes throughout the reading today, but I think it's Mercury retrograde and Libra's way of saying, pay attention, there's another double message hidden behind the obvious. Yeah, that's how Mercury retrograde work. Like, guys, people that have Mercury retrograde natally in their chart are such deep, profound thinkers. Oh, and some of the best writers around. I do think that it's kind of like, yeah, okay, you wanted to punctuate this. Yeah, okay. So there is potential in this connection for you guys, if you come together, to be very abundant, because 2 is the number of union, and I mentioned 10 of Pentacles, 10 of coins, which is the card of having it all on the material level, having the car, having the house, having the insurance, having a very stable, sound, traditional lifestyle together. So there is great potential in this connection, but somebody needs to drop a load in more ways than one, if you know what I mean. So we have here the 7 of Swords. Deceit, betrayal, a thief in broad daylight, so shamelessly. And I think, yeah, this is a fox that is stealing some daggers. Yeah, I do think that this person found you to be very, very sexy, but there's something that they're hiding from you, this shadowy self, you know. The fox is a trickster. They can be a very loyal partner, but at the same time, they're a little bit cunning, Machiavellian, you know, like, oh, my puppet, I want to pull strings. So there's a sense here of manipulation happening, yeah. This person could love bomb you and then pull away to see what you do. And there is a sense that you need to be very careful here. I do feel that you are somehow guided by the ancestors. We have the smoke in the background, right? You're guided by the ancestors, so don't be too cautious in this situation, okay? There isn't much to fear. And I do think that if you start fearing this person, you are genuinely giving too much power into their shadow. So you are protected. You decide what you want to do in this connection. If you decide to move forward, good. It has potential to grow, but there are some hang-ups in this connection. However, if you decide to not move forward, cutting off contact with this person will not incur something dangerous happening to you. Because I have a feeling some of you were thinking, this person is a little bit impulsive. They seem to want to do a lot of things at the same time. Will they be upset if I just like, you know, say no and remove myself from the situation? Yes, they will be upset, but no, they will not harm you. Okay, so keep that in mind. We have here the 5 of coins, low self-worth. Feeling as if you cannot participate in whatever life is giving you. This person actually might have placed you on a higher up course than they are. I don't want to say pedestal. It's such a used expression. I'm so tired of hearing that in tarot readings. But it's like they thought you were somehow on a higher level of development, like you were this person that is really trying to better themselves, to improve yourself. And they don't want to do that. Life has been working for them in this way for a while now. They got accustomed to whatever habits they have been indulging in. I do think that this person might not eat regularly or well enough. They might be overdoing certain things that are really messing with their energy levels and with their brain, because you guys know what we eat, what we put in our body is also affecting how we think, the neural connections of our cortex, of our cerebral cortex. I'm trying to say cerebral cortex very quickly, but yeah, I'm Romanian, guys, and in my language you have very strong r. You know, trying to say the English R when I'm trying to speak quickly is a mouthful. Anyway, coming back to this without derailing your reading into a grammar and syntax or semantics kind of discussion. Yeah, there is a feeling here that a person wants to be on the outside looking in. So this person could actually be quite comfortable stalking you on social media rather than engaging in an intimate relationship with you. They want to, you know, proceed forward, but they're much happier being emotionally detached and in control. It's kind of like a big brother kind of energy, you know. We do live in the day and age of big brother, not only socially with all these cameras everywhere and with everyone's capacity to just pull up their phone and record you any second, but it's also internally. It's like we are so accustomed to be in control of how we see the world, of the information that we consume, and sometimes, you know, it tends to overwhelm us as well. We might be receiving information from too many different sources at the same time. We're overly stimulated. So it's kind of like trying to be in control of a person's image, more like trying to give in to this person in a relationship. Does that make sense? I felt like I went on a tangent there. Okay, so the Chariot, moving forward, Cancer energy. This person thought that you were very determined. They thought that you have a very good way of balancing your lighter self with your darker self. This person saw you as somebody that is quite good in life, you know, you're winning at stuff. But at the same time, they also think that you managed to win in life by overcoming something quite dark. You see this shadowy kind of rider in the background. And this person is like riding on the waves. Poseidon. This also, I think, talks about Ulysses' travel to Ithaca and all the challenges that he had. It took so long for him to come back home. It was supposed to be a fairly uneventful trip, and oh my God, was he tested, right? In the Illiad. But this talks about, yeah, this transformation. You are not the person that you were at the end of your hero's journey. You're not the same person, you know. You're not solving the problems in your life with the same brain with which you started, you know. It's this talks about a really deep transformation. So I do think that this person knew that if they wanted to get into a connection with you, the moment they saw you, the first impression was that you are a transformative person. They have to transform in order to be with you. But I'm not getting the sense that this person is willing to let go of their darkness, because their darkness is feeding them so well. They got accustomed to it. Yeah, the Five of Swords with the Chariot. I'm gonna proceed forward with self-destructive behaviors. I'm gonna, I don't know, smoke like a chimney, drink like a fiend, you know. I'm gonna overeat myself until I hurt my stomach, you know, and my skin and everything else. And because what's the point of this all, you know? Oof, 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 oof. Wow, okay. This person could also project their mothering issues onto you. This keeps popping up in the readings lately, some deep maternal wounding that's been happening, potentially due to the shadow aspect of Pluto and Capricorn, which is Cancer energy, the mother, the moon, feelings, everything that we've been collectively repressing and ignoring in the last years, as we were all so obsessed with looks, money, material objects, power, and stoicism, you know. Yeah, it's gonna change, guys. Just one more year, you know, of this, and it's gonna change collectively. Okay, we have here the Six of Swords, and we also have the Nine of Swords. So I do think that you guys chose to walk away from this situation because it was just like, it wasn't making any sense. Maybe what this person was saying was not making any sense. You chose to nurture yourself. It's like, I cannot mother you and me at the same time. You're taking really good care of yourself. I think you're a person that really values themselves. And if you've been, a long-time viewer of my readings, I feel that you developed your intuition quite strongly. You're in this process of loving yourself. You're very inspired, and you're transforming as well as a light worker, which is the hope to which I create this reading, so that you guys can, grow and develop with me as well, so that we can become more authentically ourselves. And I do think that this person was bringing you down, was trying to place limitations and obstacles where your energy was freely given. It's like, there's no need to block me or limit me. And then I think paradoxically, you blocked or limited this person. You decided, you know what? No bueno. Esa relación no es bueno para mí, no es buena para mí. It's like, no. So you decided to pack your bags and leave. And I think this is really good because you were inspired to do so. This is the Oracle of Delphi, the one that actually gives you a foreshadowing of the future. It can be good, but it can also be negative. So as you guys know in the story, which is related to a really intense psychological complex first identified by Sigmund Freud, the Oedipus complex, the story goes that he had to kill his father, Oedipus, he had to kill his father and take his place by marrying his mother. So it's a very strong indication here that this person could be struggling deeply with certain father or mother roles in his life, and it's kind of like this person wants to pull you in these unresolved family dynamics, and you said no. And it's wonderful because, if you would have gone into this realm, it's almost as if you would have lived a self-fulfilling prophecy. This is the whole idea of the myth of Oedipus, is the fact that by knowing the future, you think you can change it, but paradoxically, you are actually just leading yourself towards a self-fulfilling prophecy. As soon as his father found out that Oedipus is gonna kill him, he removed him away from his kingdom and sent him to be taken care of other people. And thereby he grew as a stranger who always felt drawn to this character, to the king. And he came back and killed him, not knowing it was his father. So mystery, not speaking about things, not dealing with unconscious issues is leading you to a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I think that this person is so deeply into their shadow, they're no longer noticing how the shadow is affecting their life. Wow, why are the readings today so intense? I just wanted this to be such a light and breezy kind of reading, but these are the messages that are coming forth. This person thought you were funny. So we have here the comic as your archetype card. They thought you were funny, but I don't think they took you very seriously. Maybe they laughed at your occupation. Maybe they thought, like, if you're a spiritual reader, maybe they thought, this isn't like a serious profession. What are you talking to me about, But I'm getting a sense that right now they could be going over the situation because they understand how healing you can be. And on a certain level, I do think that this person thinks that their ego is telling them, no, this is just like, something that you just throw into your romantic history and you move forward. But their deep wounded self, their self that is really struggling on a psychological level with this Oedipal complex, with this maternal healing, is like, I need you to help me overcome my feelings of low self-esteem. So even though they thought that you were funny and they didn't take you seriously, we have here devotion. They're hopelessly devoted to you. And I'm getting a sense that even if you cut contact with this person, it's like it's not over. I'm not sure how happy you would be about getting in touch again with this person. But then again, you are here listening to this reading. So I guess a part of you also feels that this is not over. Faith. This situation is testing your faith. And also the other person thought that you are so inspired, so protected by spirit, so full of faith. They genuinely felt how much faith you have, how much belief in yourself and in life, in God, in the creator, in the universe you have. this is the light that will pull them back into your aura over and over and over again. And many people are going to be pulled into your capacity to have so much faith, because not that many people have this faith, or they struggle with their faith. And even though yours is tested from time to time, I do think that there is something unbreakable in the degree of faith you have, both in yourself, that things will work out in life, and in the fact that you are loved and protected by a higher force, a higher power, that everything in your life has meaning, while in this person's life, nothing has meaning. So we have here the passion flower is your flower, and the Gulf fritillary is your butterfly. There you go. The passion flower, you're such a passionate person. So passionate, you're so inspired, right? Because people that are very fiery on the inside, you know, fiery energy, pertaining to Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, and also to the wand suit in the minor arcana, talks about being inspired, right? Having that inner fire, that inner flame that pushes you into right action at the right time. And that's because you're so passionate, because you could be one of these signs. So you could be predominantly a fire sign, or you could have a fire stellium in your chart. You could have it in the position of your sun, moon, or Venus. But it's also because this fire leads you to inspired action. It leads you to a great connection to the divine. It makes things easier for you than for other, for example, earth signs or air signs. They need to work a bit on their fire. For you, it just comes naturally. It's there, it's burning, you know? And it's just a question of whether you want to turn it up a notch or simmer it down a little bit. So I do think that this person thought that you were a little bit indecisive. They thought that you were funny. They thought that you could be lying to them. They didn't believe in your faith. Initially, when they saw it, it's like, really? Is this person really who they say that they are? But I think that they ended up playing themselves in this connection when you walked away from them. And now I think that they're hopelessly devoted to you, and you're teaching them a thing or two about faith. Wow. I really need to cleanse myself after this string of readings. It's been intense. Let me know in the comments if this resonated at all. I'm gonna do my best to keep working on this energy and to provide you with readings. Hopefully the next ones are gonna be a little bit more lighter, slightly more superficial, but I do think that the messages that you heard today, completely channeled from, you know, through my body, through my spiritual connection, and with the help of these cards, you really needed to hear them. Some of you really needed to hear these messages. So I hope that this helps. I hope that it serves. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.